Hello everybody, Tom here, and today we are going to make some snack sticks with Cabela's seasoning blend, and we're going to make ours out of venison today, so hope you guys will join me and we'll get started. Alright, so what I've got here is a little over 4 pounds of venison burger that's already ground. We're going to use some mozzarella and a pound of bacon and the Cabela's seasoning kit here, and we'll run that through the grinder and get everything mixed up. Stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is get our bacon out of the package here and get that chopped up and thrown into our bowl. And the reason you're using bacon with the venison is because it's lean, and we need to introduce some fat into your venison. So we'll get this chopped up into little pieces here. Right, now we've got our bacon in there. Take our venison out. This is from the deer I got last year, and I went ahead after I thawed these, put them back in the freezer and got them chilled back down again, because it goes through the grinder better when it's chilled down. Alright, we're just going to use half mozzarella. So we'll probably go ahead with this mozzarella. So I'm going to slice this up. Just keep best we can keep this up. Can here. And once we get her diced up, pot she goes. So we're right on the goes in there, and we just mix it up, get in bacon. We'll just give it a good hand toss and mix this up a little bit here, and then we'll run it through the grinder. I've got one of the bigger dies in it. Not real sure which one that one is, but alright, so all I'm going to do is turn on the grinder and feed it through here. We'll get this mixed up to a decent consistency. I might have to run it through there a couple of times, and I'll spare you guys the noise of that, but just got to get it really mixed up pretty good, so we'll get going here. Okay, so we've got it all through the grinder. I'm going to go ahead and just hand toss this, a little bit. And then I will run it through the grinder again, just to make sure that it's thoroughly mixed and we don't have a bunch of fat in just one area. You want this stuff to mix until it's tacky anyway. Alright, so we've got our meat mixed up, and all we need to do is add the cure and the seasoning, and the kit comes with collagen casings, and depending on how many pounds of meat that you're using, it comes with instructions for all the way down to 1 pound, so you just need to make some calculations on what you need to use for the type of meat that you're using, or the poundage of meat that you're using. Mine tallies out to about 11 tablespoons and 1/4 of the seasoning, and about a 1/2 teaspoon and 1/8 of the cure. And you don't have to use this. You can make up your own seasonings and use something like Tender Quick as your cure. And if you're using beef, you probably don't need to add in as much fat as I did, but you know, adding bacon to anything's pretty good. So we can go ahead and get our seasonings mixed up with about a third of a cup of water, and we'll get dirty again and get it in with our meat. All right, I got our cure in there and our seasoning, and we'll just go ahead and mix this up a little bit. These measurements don't have to be exact either, you know, it's always to taste. Getting a kit like this makes it really easy, but if you come up with your own recipe, that's all good too. Alright, so we got our seasonings mixed up here. We're just going to pour all that goodness in with our meat. Grab a spatula. And make sure we get all that out of there. The best we can anyway. Alright, now it's time to get your hands dirty again. Make sure you're good and mixed up. Get everything nice and coated. You can tell by the color, it's getting nice and even. Nice even color to it. Alright, at this point you can you know, go ahead and make yourself up a patty and go ahead and cook it, and that's basically it's what your sticks are going to taste like. And you can adjust your seasoning right there if you need more seasoning or less, or you know, it's completely up to you. But we'll go ahead and cook this little tiny patty up. Give it a taste. Alright, so here's our little patty. I can actually see a little bit of the cheese there, which is amazing. I thought I should maybe put a little bit more, but let's go ahead and give it a taste test. It's cooked all the way through there. Oh, wow. You guys gotta try this. That is awesome. That is outstanding. Alright, so I got a little bit of our collagen casing on here. There's not very much. It's a little bit wider at the back end than it is on the front, so it's kind of hard to get on there, but and a little knot tied in the back here. So we're going to start feeding it and see how much we get. Alright, it's kind of important that you keep one dry hand and one for feeding and stuff. It's just going to get messy, but you want to be careful when you're handling these things so they don't tear on you. Well, we got through it all and got our sticks into the casings. The only thing left to do is figure out what size we want. I want just right around 6 inches, so just give it a little squeeze. Actually, this one I'm probably just going to cut in half about here, so you just give it a little bit of a squeeze to remove some of the meat, and just give it a little spin. Then we've got that one. You can set that one aside. This one is going to do the same thing again. Just give it a little roll. Move some of that material. Well, we got all of our links made up. All we gotta do is head out to the smoker and get these things on the smoke. Alright, so the next process is to put them into the smoker. I'm using some apple wood chips just because that's what I got. And we're just now starting to generate a little bit of smoke. So that's good. And I'll probably just smoke them, well, for about an hour or so. Alright guys, I just transferred the sticks from the smoker over to the dehydrator, and we're going to run them at 160 for 4 or 5 hours. And you can see that they've already taken on a different color. And I don't know if I pointed this out before, but I took a toothpick and poked holes in them. You can actually see where some of the juices are coming out, but I want to poke a couple of holes in them to let gases and stuff like that get out of there so they don't blow up on you. But if you don't have a food dehydrator like this one, you can do this in your stove, or in your oven I should say. Just go to the lowest possible setting, because you're shooting for about 160 degrees, so you can crack the oven door and just cook it that way. So you don't really need one of these, or a smoker for that matter. You could have just skipped that whole process, but I wanted that nice smoked flavor in here. But anyway, get the top on. I've already got mine set. We'll get it going. And I got the next batch already out there. They're already smoking. So, well, our snack sticks are done out of the dehydrator to finish their cooking. And I'm just packaging up in these Ziplocs, and I throw them in the fridge or the freezer, and they'll keep for a while. Keep for a long time, actually. You want them still a little bit pliable, but they're completely cooked through. You just have to heat them up or eat them cold. Later on, I'll probably get some smaller Ziplocs and just put some portion sizes in them and call it good. But anyway, that's our venison snack sticks. It's really easy to do and easy to put together. It's just a little bit of time consuming because it takes so long with the dehydrator and the smoking and all that good jazz. But it's fun to do anyway. It makes the house smell really good. But anyway, if you guys give this recipe a try, let me know about what you think. Anyway guys, I hope you guys give this recipe a try. If you can come across the same ingredients, like I said earlier, you can always just use your own spices and whatnot, and this is really easy to put together. So till the next one, you guys take care out there, and we'll see you on down the trail.